Hello, bumblebees. So, as you know, this week we are continuing our topic about how to save the environment and what we can do and which choices we can make that is better for the environment. So, I'm going to show you a PowerPoint and it talks about plastic and the effects that plastic has on our environment. Hello, Sunday. So, plastics and the environment. Plastic here. Have a look around and what can you see that is made of plastic? So look around your house and see if what you can find that's made of plastic. Is it your toys? Is it your cup or your plates or your cutlery or your remote controls or your telephone? What is it? Let's see some examples. We can see a plastic tub here for holding pencils. We can see scissors, kitten, not made from plastic. Then plastic there. Now think about the things that you use at home. How many of them are made from plastic? PlayStation, Xbox, phone, shoes, many things are made from plastic. Now look at this. What do you think about this? Do you think this is something nice that you can see here? All of these plastic bottles and cartons, and look at the children. They are trying to be in their home, but they are just surrounded by trash and plastic trash. Do you think this is something good? No. So how it all began. Plastic was created by a British inventor called Alexander Parkes in 1855. He used some natural materials in his plastic. So natural materials are good because they are coming from the earth. So they are not manufactured. So in 1907, a Belgian man invented Bakelite. This is a plastic that was completely man-made, and he used it to make televisions, trays, jewelry, furniture, and even toys. So none of the plastic was made from natural things that we are taking from the earth. They were all made in a factory. So what is good about plastic? Plastic is so useful. Every day we are using plastic to store things, to keep our milk or juice. Our chairs can be made from plastic. We are using markers, pens, glitter for crafts. All of these things are made from plastic. Can you think of any other good things about plastic? Now, what are the problems with plastic? Plastic is harmful to all living things. The way that plastic is made releases a harmful gas into the air, and plastic lasts for a very long time. It cannot decompose like vegetables, fruit, or meat. Decompose means that when we put it in the earth, when we try to dispose of it, when we try to throw it away, that vegetables and fruit and meat, they can break down very easily into the earth and that doesn't cause any damage. But plastic takes such a long time to break down because it is man-made. It is not natural. So it doesn't break and it cannot decompose. So this is where all of our plastic ends up if we don't recycle it. If it is burned, it releases harmful gases into the air which cause pollution. Remember we talked about pollution when we are using our cars or we are making lots of things in factories. It causes pollution into the air which is not healthy for the environment. So when the plastic is burned, it also causes pollution. And usually it is buried in huge landfill sites. That means there are lots of open space. They make a big hole in the ground and they just bury the plastic. This plastic is not being recycled. They are just throwing it away. So it means that we don't see it, but it's still there and it stays there for many hundreds of years. This is not good. We are not recycling it. We are not turning it into something new. We are just burying it under the ground, and then it takes hundreds of years until it will disappear. So the biggest problem with plastic. The biggest problem is with unwanted plastic is the pollution and the damage it does to the environment. Can you see all of these little pieces here? Plastic breaks into tiny pieces which then get blown around by the wind and the rain. So when the plastic starts to break down over many years, then all of these little tiny pieces come into our environment. But what do they do next? They end up in our streams and in our rivers and seas. And we can't see them because they are so small and you don't think that there is any problem, but there is a big problem because plastic is toxic for the world's water and land. It causes harm to the fish, the animals, and the birds. Even glitter that we are using in school sometimes for crafts, even those little bits of glitter are not good for the environment. The name of these small particles of plastic are microbeads. They are easily eaten by fish and other sea animals, and it can make them very ill or even kill them. So all these little bits of plastic are floating around in the streams and the rivers and the oceans, and the fish think that they are food, but they are not. And they are eating it, and it's going into their tummies, and it is making them sick, or sometimes they can even die. And then we are eating fish also. So if we eat the fish, then we can also become sick because the fish are eating the plastic. We are eating the fish, so we are eating the plastic too. So all living things. These are some awful pictures that we can see where plastic and trash has gone into the environment and it is not natural, it is not helping any animals. This turtle is stuck. He can't get out, and this is all because of humans throwing their trash into the oceans. So make your choice. Let's see. Look at these two pictures, and which do you think is the right thing to use to help the environment? Do you think that we should use many of these plastic water bottles, or we should buy one reusable water bottle and we can wash it and use it again, wash it and use it again, instead of this where we are drinking the water and throwing the plastic and taking another bottle, drinking the water and throwing the plastic? Which one do you think is better? I think reusable one was better. Let's see, is it going to show us? No. Okay. So look at these two pictures. Which do you think is the right bag to use to help the environment? Do you think that we can use this canvas bag, which is strong, or this plastic bag? Which one do you think is better for the environment? I think the canvas bag, we should use it again and again and again instead of this plastic bag where every time we go to the market, we take another one and another one. So what do you think about this picture? Do you think we should throw our plastic into the grass or should we put it into the recycling cans? Which one is better? Yes, recycling can is better. Let's see if we go back. We can choose this. Yes, look. Instead of using a thin plastic bag and throwing them away, we can buy a bag for life and keep using it. And it's also cheaper. Instead of buying lots of water bottles and throwing them away, buy a reusable water bottle. It's also cheaper. Next. Look at these two pictures. What do you think is right to do to help the environment? Should we use glitter or should we draw our own beautiful pictures? Instead of using glitter, which harms living creatures in the lands and the seas, we should use colouring pencils and our markers. So you can make a difference. We can all help to clean up the planet by making small changes. You can make a difference just by making different choices. So if we make those choices, like using a reusable water bottle, if we throw our trash to the recycling instead of on the ground, if we use reusable bags instead of plastic bags, then our world can look like this: beautiful and unharmed by plastic. Not like those pictures that we saw in the beginning where there was plastic everywhere and even the children were playing in the plastic. Okay, so this is why we have to take care of our environment so that it can stay natural and beautiful like this. So let's all work together to make the earth a healthier and cleaner place for everything. So these are some of the words that we learned. Air pollution means that chemicals or rubbish that have a poisonous or harmful effect to the air. Air pollution. Decompose, we talked about this, where it has to break down. It means to break down. Landfill sites, where they were throwing all the plastic into the ground. It is a place for burying waste. Microbeads. Microbeads are tiny, tiny pieces of plastic. Pollution. Chemicals or rubbish that have a poisonous or harmful effect. Toxic. It is poisonous or harmful. So these words have these meanings. The end. So I hope that from looking at this, you are learning some different ways that we can make different choices that will help our environment. Bye-bye.